Hello, I'm Dr Gareth Moore.
And I'm Laura Jane Ayres.
And we're puzzle and brain training authors, but in this video we're not writing puzzles, are we, Laura? We're looking at this. Exit the game, the Cemetery of the Night.
We're going to solve it, hopefully.
Which looks kind of spooky, doesn't it?
It does look spooky. It's kind of Halloween-y. Lots of sort of crows and spooky sunset, red sky at night, shepherds pie.
Shepherds take fright.
Is that what it is?
Well, no, of course it's not. It's Shepherd's Delight.
Oh, right, okay.
It's an orange sky at night. Go home, stay in, lock the doors.
I didn't even know there was an orange. No, it's not as catchy.
It's not an orange.
Anyway, we're off topic.
There's red sky at morning. Shepherds take warning. Anyway.
The
Cemetery of the Night. Here we go. It's for 1 to 4 players, ages 12 and up. We don't normally read that bit.
We are 1 to 4 players, ages 12 and up.
That's true.
Hurrah!
You have become rather famous on account of all the riddle-solving adventures you've tackled together. Oh, that's cool, isn't it?
Hooray!
You keep getting contacted by people who have mysteries they want you to help solve.
Genuinely story of my life. But in today's mail, you receive an envelope with no return address.
Ooh.
Not only that, there's no letter inside either, just an old notebook with notes about a legendary artefact, along with an odd disc. After some hasty research, you learn a little about the legend of Sir Reginald Reston's artefact. That is a hard name to say.
Sir Reginald Reston, this is, isn't it?
Reginald Reston. Reston?
I don't know, rest on your laurels.
Who knows? This is the exact adventure that you've been waiting for.
Very specific.
Every 87 years, exactly at midnight, the moon is said to be at just the right angle over Sir Reston's burial crypt to reveal the artefact's secret. And tonight is one of those nights. Hooray!
Lucky, yeah.
What luck! You quickly locate the cemetery where the artefact is rumoured to be hidden. Phase 1. Work together to solve the secret of the artefact as quickly as you can.
We shall.
So we don't know what the artefact is.
Well, we've got notes on this.
We've got notes on it.
Notes on the legend of Sir Reginald Reston's artefact. Anyway, so let's have a look here. These are probably usual exit the game instructions.
Standard.
Which we will explain as they are relevant as we play through. But the thing which is always relevant for us at the back is where does the game begin, because it does vary. So it says, find the artefact before it's too late. Starting now, you're allowed to look at all the pages of the book, well that's this, and begin solving riddles. If anything is unclear, don't be shy about looking it up. Right, and one thing I can guarantee we will need from the box,
hurrah!
There is a strange sheet, and there's some printing in here that might be relevant.
That might come up later.
Is a deck of cards, and we will need these.
The first puzzle is always to get them actually out of the, what would you call this, cellophane?
Yeah, film wrap.
Film wrap.
Stop. Caution. Do not yet, whatever. Right, so we've got riddle cards, which will reveal puzzles mostly as we go.
All the way down to Y, but no Z. Z, as we actually say in the UK.
And answer cards, which will tell us whether we're right or not as we go. And guess the story. And then help cards. Each puzzle will have 2 hints and then a solution.
Which hopefully we won't need, but if we do need them, we'll show you how to use them.
Right. Let's start not with that.
Not with that, but with that.
And this is our decoder disc. We'll explain about that as we get to it.
Hurrah. Is there anything on the back? Ooh,
yes, symbols.
Exciting.
We'll use this when we answer each puzzle and probably as part of some puzzles. So, notes on the legend of Sir Reginald Reston's artefact.
Artefact. Is artefact spelled differently in Britain to in America?
There's 2 valid spellings with the E and an I.
Good to know.
So some text at the
that's
front.
very small.
A picture of some gate.
Oh, look at lovely symbols down here. And riddle card O.
Which means we can take riddle card O.
Hurrah.
Do you want to take it now?
We can take it, or do you want to have a look at the rest of the book?
Well, I will look at the rest of the book.
Okay, let's do it. Bonfire family tree.
Yes, well, it's a bit empty at the moment.
Sir Erwin Bonfire. What a great surname.
Phases of the moon.
Love that.
Which are the actual phases of the moon, I
Gibbous,
think.
my absolute fave. Waxing gibbous, 10 out of 10 for me.
A map of the graveyard.
Ooh.
With compass points.
Which are all in the right place, I notice.
Well,
hurrah.
North is up, which makes it a little bit more straightforward, isn't
Yeah.
it? Some more weird symbols.
Lots of weird symbols.
Lots of graves.
Spooky graves. Spooky graves with lines underneath, some of them. Once upon a time in the West.
A long story with what look like tangrams.
Oh yeah,
anyway,
love a tangram and a spooky rose.
Some sort of assembly thing.
Big spooky vibes.
Right, okay, so let's start.
Great. Do you want to read the text?
I guess we'll have to. So, things have gotten much worse since those people from the press were here. If only I kept my mouth shut. They published a report about the old legend and the artefact. Nobody knows exactly what kind of artefact it is.
How annoying.
Just one thing is clear, the artefact belonged to Sir Reginald Reston. He brought it back a long time ago from one of his crusades and hid it in his burial vault. Oh. Now, every day it's crawling with treasure hunters here who think they might be able to find it. Wait, he must have had his burial vault before he died, I guess. As if I hadn't already been trying for years. The vault simply cannot be opened.
Oh, I see. I was going to say, everyone's located it. It's in his vault, but they can't open the vault. Got it. Right, okay.
There's a fault with the vault. Here's something that nobody knows. Today is my birthday, it's not. Today is the night of nights, the last chance to finally find the artefact. Tonight at midnight, when the moon casts its light upon the crypt and reveals the secrets, the crypt is the place to be. Exactly, in the crypt. But, as I said, the crypt is tightly sealed. I give up. I will never manage to do it.
I feel like I said the word crypt so many times in that paragraph. I wonder if that's important.
But I will also point out that he has literally just told us that tonight is the only night you can do it.
Yeah.
And yet he's going to give up.
He's going to give up. But also, it's like, tonight is the last night for another 87 years.
Now I'm off to the pub. I'll raise a few glasses to Sir Reginald Reston. May he rest in peace, together with his cursed artefact.
Oh, it's cursed? Or is he just saying it's cursed? So these are just the notes.
Cursed.
Do we know who made these notes?
Dave.
Dave. Classic Dave behaviour, that.
Let's
Okay,
take
great.
Cardo.
Let's take Cardo.
And we'll read the bit at the back when we get to it. Lots of symbols. Reminder of gate code.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess in theory we are opening the gate to go into the cemetery, although it sounds like it's actually open anyway.
I guess we are.
So what we need to do to solve every puzzle in this game is find, usually, a 3-digit code. And we have a symbol for each puzzle. So this puzzle symbol is the circle. And we would start by finding that 3-digit code and dialing it in under the circle, and it will give us a number, and then we take a corresponding card and see if we're possibly or actually correct.
Exciting.
So
then, do you want to explain how this puzzle works?
well, I think that probably this puzzle is self-contained. So we have all this material all at once, but I don't think that any of those other symbols match. I don't think we need any of that at the moment. And also, it's the first puzzle, and it would be a bit mean to require you to synthesise large amounts of information. I should say also in exit games, sometimes you need to have a look at what's on the box or elsewhere in the packaging material.
Extra exciting detail.
So it's worth being able to keep track of that as you go. But for this puzzle, I suspect everything we need is here. So one option I was thinking is we might be shading some of these squares.
I think that's what we are. So for this one example, that's this symbol up here, and the lower symbol is this symbol here. I wonder if it's therefore indicating this box here, and we shade that in, and it will
reveal something.
Numbers.
Yeah,
for example,
so if we do the intersections of them,
yeah.
So is it this one here, you say? Okay.
I think so.
And then which is the next one?
And then
here?
I'm guessing we go along. We've got 3 lines of things, so I'm guessing they'll give us 1 digit each. Possibly?
It's possible. It might just be, I suspect.
It will all be revealed
They'll be
anyway.
in a chaotic order and it's just revealed when we shade them in.
So the top spike...
It's this one here.
Yeah, it is that one there. And then it's back to wiggly first column and 3rd row. And then back to 3rd column and yeah. Ooh. Maybe it's not all in one go. If you joined them in order, that would make a pretty convincing 3. Fast forward. Hooray! Okay, we've shaded the ones that we needed to, except for this one. You just pretend you can't see that one. That's not meant to be shaded in.
Yes, and as Laura thought at the start when I disagreed with, you're supposed to join them up in the order you draw them.
I think that was the order that we did them in anyway. Does that feel right to you?
I don't know if it's the order we drew them, but it's the ones that were drawn in each row. So we've got 330.
330. And then are you going to be in charge of the decoder?
Sorry about that one. Oh, no, you're in charge of the decoder.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah.
So we're under the circle.
Yes.
Which I always think looks like a full moon, which I think would be appropriate today. 3, 3.
Appropriate
0.
for the story, you mean?
Yeah, not today. It's daylight as we...
They could have actually drawn
film
it as
this.
a moon, couldn't they? So it's a 7.
Yeah.
Right. So now what we do is we take card 7.
Although I should say there is a crescent moon also, so maybe
That's true.
different moon.
We take card 7 and it should tell us whether we're possibly correct. And we are possibly
Maybe.
correct. Where do we see the symbol?
On this lovely vaulted gate,
This gate
grill.
here. 12.
Grill, double
so now we
A.
take card 12 and that will tell us definitively whether we are correct or incorrect.
Huzzah!
And on this
Are we?
occasion we are correct.
The gate opens. Fort Knox. This cemetery is not.
Says Yoda.
The squeal of the gate rips through the stillness of the night, and a murder of crows rises from the gravestones and flies screeching into the dark sky. That's great, actually. You slip quickly through the gate. I actually, if it was me personally, wouldn't slip quickly through the gate. I would just leave at that point if there was a murder of crows screeching off into the distance, but that's fine. You saw the keeper going off in the direction of the pub. Oh, maybe these are his notes.
Oh,
he said he was going to the pub. It will definitely be a while before he returns. Maybe it would be a good idea to start by taking a look inside his house. You're certain to find some useful clues there. His house must be around here somewhere. You
Makes
find
sense.
you find riddle cards 8 and U. Who? And take these from the stack and look at them. Okay.
He's not a keeper, he's a lever.
He's the keeper of what? Like the graveyard keeper?
I think he's the graveyard keeper.
I would have called him maybe like a groundsman, but perhaps he wants to be called a keeper.
There's no grounds for that. Don't laugh.
That was terrible, to be clear.
Was. Sir George Gilpin.
Ooh.
So there's an odd half sentence here.
Oh.
Find the cemetery keeper's house. This shows you what to look for. will attest you don't have to guess, to fumble blindly, thumb and forefinger. And one thing that happens in exit games, sometimes you get given things you don't need until later in the game. Particularly if the difficulty rating is above three circles on the cover. Well, it's at 3 circles.
Specifically 3 circles.
So maybe that will happen.
Yeah.
So this may or may not be part of the puzzle we're doing now. We think we can feel from the prompt we've been given that this is part of the puzzle. Now it has a triangle on it.
It does have a triangle.
So we are.
And this is also, that's got the plus on it, so perhaps it's a different puzzle.
Right, so we'll put that aside.
So we can always look through the book. I'm also noticing that does that match? There's often this symbol on the front of the box.
There is that symbol on the front of the
box. Is that relevant in some way yet, do you think, to his house? I mean, it is quite matchy-matchy.
It is interesting.
Find the cemetery keeper's house. This should show you what to look for.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, that to me looks very much like the crypt. We have a map. We do have a map. Or should we have a look through?
Oh, is the house on the map? Is that a number 3 upside down? I actually think that the east on the compass is a 3.
Yeah, it could be.
It could just be a font.
Are we trying to
find the house? So we need a 3-digit code as always. So if we could find 2 other numbers and find a route to the house. Where have we just come in? Where's the gate? Here's the gate.
There's the gate.
And so we're looking for this thing here. I don't know how much this will help, but surely, as you say, that match in that is relevant. I should point out these pictures are also
on the
side, and they are different, aren't they? Look, because that's got a chimney right to the side of the sun, and this does not. What about the other sides? Part of it.
Has that got a word written on it? It says start.
Oh.
Does it say it on there also? No, it doesn't say it on there. So maybe that's got to be significant, right? So
this side of the box, I don't think you can see here, it's quite faint. It says start on it. So if we follow around the sides of the box, perhaps.
Oh, look, there's another arrow here.
Oh, and it's got a symbol on it.
A crow. But do you think they'll just keep pointing us to places?
Is it a number of crows we see, perhaps?
I don't know, but if we go, because we went in the direction of that arrow, there's another arrow here.
Yeah, you're right. There's 3 crows on this side.
You get the crow number.
I don't know.
And then there's whatever that is, a rat.
Ooh. So we've got crow and then rat, perhaps. Perhaps crow and
then rat. And then pointing that. This is fun.
And it's got a picture on it.
Is it like a...
acorn, maybe?
Or a candle. I think it might be a candle.
Okay, crow, rat, candle. Where's it pointing?
Crow, rat, candle.
It could be
and then it's back to the start. So are we counting the number of crows, rats and candles?
Or it could be pointing to the bottom of the box.
It could be.
Candle.
But there are candles on the box.
Let's put this together.
Let's! This is fun.
So we got to here with this possibly
with the
candle.
Candles.
So we've got crow, rat, candle. Let me turn to the bottom of the box.
So it should have pointed us up here. So we would expect to see if we were going to see an arrow somewhere up there.
Yeah, there's a candle here.
There's a candle, but I'm looking for another arrow. I think it just takes us back to the start.
I just wondered if we were counting.
That's what I'm saying. So I think we'll count the crows in the direction that it pointed us to with the crow arrow.
I think we count I think we count total crows, total rats, total candles.
Yeah,
look.
I agree.
There's 5 candles.
I agree. In that order.
Yes.
So the first one was crows. So we turn it over onto this side.
And there were 3 crows.
Well, 4, 5, 6.
Wow, you're much more observant than I am.
Well, you know, they're kind of disguised, aren't they? That's sort of the point. So we think 6 crows. Shall I start putting this in the decoder disc?
Yeah, let's start doing that.
What symbol are we on? We're on this triangle symbol. Put this under here. So we reckon how many crows?
6.
In this particular murder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Great. And then we followed it towards the
bottom where there's rats.
The rats. How many rats are there? Ooh.
I think there are 3 rats.
I want to say 3 rats as well. What beautifully detailed images there are.
And then on the
3
bottom,
rats and then at the bottom.
5 candles, I think.
1, 2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Yeah. And that gives us the number 23.
So you put 6, 3, 5 in, right?
I have, underneath the triangle, and that gives us 23.
That's correct.
Let's have a look. Let's have a gander.
It could be.
Where did we see
Where
this?
Did we see it?
We saw it on
here?
this first one. 15.
Yeah.
Done. I feel reasonably confident about this, unless we counted wrong. But we didn't!
Picking this lock was a piece of cake.
Hurrah!
An edible lock. Lovely. The house's furnishings seem very old-fashioned and nostalgic. The cemetery keeper appears to have historical interests.
Does he live inside the cemetery? Spooky.
Maybe.
Spooky, if so.
On the table, you find an odd music box.
Creepy.
It seems out of place in the open like this. It's in the house, right? It's not in the open. As you wind it up, you hear it start to play a familiar melody. Then, in the base, you find a hidden compartment. Ooh. That would, at the very least, make a good hiding place for a clue.
Totally.
Where you find riddle cards, lowercase I and V.
Lowercase
Take
I.
these riddle cards from the stack and look at them.
Okay, we
When
shall.
you're done, put this back, as always.
These cards seem particularly sort of smooth and shiny. Okay.
We didn't use this map then, did we?
We didn't use that map. I think there's going to be something interesting about shadows.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll use the map at some point.
Right, there's V. Ooh, and there's lowercase I.
All right, so look at Once Upon a Time in the West in the right light. Now that's the story at the back of the book. And there's lots of numbers on here, and underneath it says the wrong height.
It does say the wrong height, and there's a rose on there. Oh, I'm guessing that matches with...
The rose on the tangram thing.
Yeah. Whatever's going on here, they look quite matchy-matchy to me.
They may be the same puzzle.
They may be the same puzzle, although there's not a symbol on that. Oh, a symbol on that. But this one says, look at Once Upon a Time in the West in the right light.
And there is a combination lock on here, which is actually set, I think, to 600 or 900.
Or something like that.
But that's probably irrelevant.
Have we got a symbol for this yet? For any of these?
That's interesting, because we can't solve a puzzle without a symbol.
The only symbol I can see is this.
Okay, well, we haven't got the rest of this puzzle,
But I don't think we've got the rest of that either. Although
yes,
there are
shields.
Here.
Well, it has 867 and 938. But surely this puzzle requires some other context from that.
Yeah, the only thing I recognise is that shield matches that.
Very good.
Thank you. But that's all I got.
Well, I assumed that this and this were the same puzzle. It is possible that they're not, but that'd be unusual.
Should we have a look at this text and see if it reveals anything super exciting to it? There is a lot of text.
It's very oddly formatted. It's centred, which is unusual. I wondered if we were going to be assembling stuff over it and seeing what was the gap was.
Oh, maybe.
I don't think we need to read this because it doesn't seem to tell us about the story.
What does it actually say here? Look at Once Upon a Time in the West in the right light.
That suggests you've got to shine it through. What's behind it? The graveyard. Interesting. I don't see how the graveyard's going to help. Oh, maybe there's some numbers that show through on the paths?
Maybe. Should we have a very quick read of what it actually says?
Well, I will just try shining it. Yes, but then let's shine a bright light through as well.
Okay, fine.
Right, let's try with this light.
Ooh, fancy.
I think it's a number.
Oh, there's some things underlined, do you think?
Oh, maybe. It's not a number, is it? Because if it was a number, we'd see it just by looking at the back of the page.
Yeah. Whether not...
There are things underlined, you're right.
Yeah.
So where do you see
the first? Start at the top.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's confusing because there are also symbols.
Yes, those symbols would help. Actually,
hang on. Okay.
Sorry. Right, let's shine the light through it.
Oh, look. Oh, that's so fun. Whether or not you have already played the others, these promote the answer from easy to difficult.
I think we're looking at an advert for other games in the series and ordering them from easy to difficult.
Oh, what an absolute stroke of genius. I would not have thought of that at all.
I think that's what's going on. Look how it's underlined. We don't need to read all that stuff about spaghetti westerns.
The context of that is that usually at the bottom of the help deck, they give you some advertising material, right, for other boxes,
but
which
also at the back of the
we don't usually look at.
And at the back of the book sometimes as well.
Oh, fun.
So let's have a look.
The instruction book, you mean?
Yeah, so we've got 3 advertising cards there.
Yeah, that checks
Are they
out.
Sorted from easy
Oh, look, it says level novice, level advanced, level expert. So maybe it's the number. Oh, look, and they've got on the other side there are numbers. Fun! So what did it say? Did it say easy to difficult or difficult to easy?
It said easy to difficult, didn't it?
Are you sure?
I'm fairly sure.
I thought it said difficult to easy.
You better check.
Let's just double check. From easy to difficult. You're right. Okay.
Okay.
So
here we got, that's to turn it back over. We've got novice,
advanced and expert.
And on the other sides of the cards
would be 1, 0, 4.
Excellent.
Should we put that in the decoder disc?
I would certainly recommend it, else we're going to sit here for a while.
Under what symbol? I can't remember.
The symbol that belongs to this. This is a very good question.
Yeah.
Was there one on the page?
Was there one on the page? No. That's frustrating.
We've used this to find the Symmetry Keeper's house, haven't we? So
yeah, we've already done the triangle.
It wasn't this puzzle, and I don't believe it was this puzzle either. It doesn't have a letter anywhere.
No, we haven't used any of those things yet.
Does this have a symbol there? Is it meant to be a rectangle? Is that a rectangle?
Oh, yeah, I think so. It's not very obvious,
a square?
Is it? Yeah, it's a square.
Right.
Actually, that looks more obvious on camera, doesn't it? That obvious in real life. Well, let's try the square anyway, what we're doing. Right, 1, 0, 4 under the square. What? No, that's 1, 4, 0. 1, 0, 4. And that gives us 26.
Let's have a look at 26 and see if that seems sensible.
And we think we've seen it on this metal box. We think.
Yeah.
Number
This
5?
19 here.
Oh, yeah, with the guy on top.
With the guy on the top.
19.
Yeah, no.
I feel good about this.
So do
I
I.
would never have thought of the advertising stuff.
Really?
I wouldn't have known what the others referred to. I would have thought other
other
riddle
games,
cards and
yeah.
stuff, yeah. Great! This lock opens too! Hooray!
Inside the compartment, you find notes about Sir Reston. They are saying something about 3 other knights. Apparently, they were all part of a secret society. I don't know why my voice has changed.
Classic.
You read about an oath of the knights. A secret should be kept forever. You cannot decipher anymore as the parchment has not been very well preserved. Maybe you should examine the graves of these 3 knights more carefully. If the 3 of them knew Sir Reston well, they may have shared a secret or 2.
Dun, dun, dun.
Taken it to their graves? You can find riddle cards A and E. You take these riddle cards from the stack and look at them.
Super, I'm going to, and I
A&E.
assume they'll go with this guy.
Yes,
can get
as
rid of
opposed to taking
this.
to A&E.
Yes, nobody wants to go to A&E today. A UK-specific
Got rid of the
term.
one.
Should we get rid of
Yes,
these
yeah.
now, for now?
Oh yeah, I think we've done enough advertising of the other products.
A&E.
Right, very neat. So, pious, well this clearly goes with it, right? Not that necessarily, but these 3 presumably go together in some
Yeah.
sense. Pious men are here at rest. The date here simply reads, looking elsewhere you will find, take the crests, no need to linger. Okay, so they do have to go together in some order.
Yeah, we've got to link them up somehow.
Well, it sort of makes a picture, doesn't it? I feel
Yeah, and
they're in the
again,
right order.
they match these. I don't know. Oh, look. One on the outer ring, one on the middle ring, and one on the inner ring.
Yes,
So that
'cause
should
if
give you an order for putting them in.
Yeah, and if you turn it over, we'll demonstrate what we mean with the rings of the decoder. It's the back of the decoder. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Does this all read as one poem? Pious men are here at rest. When they came to rest, will attest. That doesn't make sense.
No.
I feel it should go across. Between your what's clearly between your thumb and forefinger reads across.
And rhymes with no need to linger.
Okay, I think I just read it not really as a poem. It'd be easier. Pious men are here at rest. When they came to rest, will attest. The date here simply read. Enter it. You don't have to guess. Looking elsewhere, you will find more crests, so you don't have to fumble blindly. Take the crests between your thumb and forefinger. No need to linger. Okay, so we put in each date in the decoder, and then we turn it over and see where the crest coincides with to get the number.
Yeah. I got confused there because when they came to rest, will attest the date here doesn't seem like grammar at all. So I was like, it doesn't read across like
Yeah,
that.
it doesn't, does it? But it does if you read it slowly.
Yeah, it turns out.
So which date do we put in each one? Because there are 2 dates. There's an asterisk date. There's a birth and death. Oh, it says at the top, when they came to rest, so it's the bottom one. So we put 904 AD in under the plus, and we have a look at where the crest is on the back relative to the front, and we get that number.
Oh,
Yeah, so do you want to put that in first?
yeah. Okay. I think you were some steps ahead of me there.
So the first crest, the second crest.
904.
crest.
I thought we were going to be lining up the crest or something like that. So 3.
And now we turn it over. No, not 3. Now we turn it over and we find where the crest is. And we pinch our finger and forefinger together around the side of it.
So that's the crest.
And it gives us
Got my
what
thumb on it.
number?
That's the crest on that, and that gives us a 7.
So the first digit is a 7.
Oh, well
And now we
done.
repeat for each one. Well, say well done when we
Super.
confirm the answer.
No, I think you're right. Okay, so the next one is 943. Is that right? 943, and I'm looking for this crest, which gives us a 0 on here.
Great.
And then the last one is 958. We're still under this cross. 958, and I'm looking for the black and white shield, which is there, which gives us a 0.
A 0. Great. So we've got 700 as the answer, I think.
700, and then I put that
Excellent.
in under the... Because we're not taking card 700.
Yeah, no, under the plus. That would be a lot of cards. A game that would take quite a while to go through, assuming the numbers were continuous anyway.
4.
So 4.
Gives us the number 4.
We'll see if that's correct or not. And it possibly is correct. And where do we see it? On this stack of graves.
Spooky, spooky gravestone.
Which is which one, though?
Um,
I'm not entirely certain. Could it be that one? No, I don't think it is that one.
I'm not that confident either, you know.
Where did we see it originally? On here?
It's on these graves.
Well, okay, elimination. It's not the first one, or that 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 one.
That must be 27.
You think this one?
I think so, because it's
Could
got
be.
plaques on the top that sort of match these plaques.
I agree, but this is showing something we haven't seen, but I think you're right, it must be 27. Right, okay. It's a bit confusing.
It is a bit confusing. It could have been clearer, to be honest, and all these things are extremely small. Okay.
Well, let's go
Unfortunately,
back.
it's not
Let's go
correct.
back and try the other one, which it might.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Still
it
on
probably
card
was
number 4.
that. It could be. I don't think it looks anything like that now.
Is it one of these? Is it number 1? I mean, that's a knight.
We're just guessing now, though, aren't we?
We
It
are.
doesn't match the picture.
there's this shield here and this shield here. That's
right.
what it is.
Okay, fine.
That wasn't that clear. 22.
It's unfortunate that I was holding the deck by there.
22.
Covering it over. It's only because I was covering it. Right, 22, the helmet. Because, of course, we were trying to open the helmet. That's obvious.
So why is there a helmet just lying about?
I don't know. Why was it sealed? But anyway, who cares? Inside, there's a narrow yet deep cavity. As you reach in, the first things you touch are just a bunch of leaves and a few worms.
Ugh, I would
You
not be
bend
doing
lower, as naturally you would, and fish around inside the hole until, way down deep, you finally grab something. Yes, it's a body. Oh no. You bring an Old Testament into the light. Apparently there was a fifth knight who helped to guard the secret. I guess it means not the Old Testament as in the Bible.
Knight, yeah.
But because you
I've
might
actually
find it in the
never heard
graveyard.
Testament outside of that context.
No, not really.
Or your last will and testament, I suppose. Anyway.
You find riddle cards D, M, N, X and Y.
Great.
Take these riddle cards from the stack and look at them.
Great.
Deminxy.
Deminxy.
D, M, N, X, Y.
Right, we can tidy our desk now. Tidy
Yeah,
desk,
we
tidy
can,
mind.
can't
Now that we're about to get 5 new riddle cards. We still haven't used this, have we?
No, we haven't.
No, that will come into play later on. Okay.
Yeah, imagine if it was just to spoil it.
DNNXY.
Imagine if it was just a confusing thing. We didn't need it.
I mean, it would be very confusing, especially because it's got actual instructions. Oh no, this is the testament. Oh, there's the fella.
He wasn't good with his capital letters.
Lots of text. Lots and lots of text.
Well, let's go in the natural order from right to left. Read the grave instruction out loud.
He's being sarcastic.
Yes. When you have found the code, use it from right to left. It's just like I knew.
Great.
I didn't, though. And then we have from there, take the path southward. And a map. Is it telling us how to go through the map, perhaps? And trace a letter. I'm jumping ahead and take that card.
Yeah.
From there, take the path southward, or southward, as no one has ever said in their lives, and then east towards the park bench at the first opportunity. I don't know where that came from. Continue south from there and take the path to the southwest statue. No.
Different word.
5 more steps, and then you're standing right in front of our stone.
Now take the right one.
Now take the right one. Maybe it's meant to be a hyphen, a dash. Some pictures of Fabian, Bernard, and Fortuna.
Good names.
Yes, and what is this? They hunted for an artefact, but sadly failed, alas. Set in bonfire. And obviously the letters are capitalised.
They are.
The first 2 letters of each word, I felt they were going to say numbers. I mean, that's F-O, but no. They're not really spelling anything. You read across, it's the Hufo,
Yeah.
Anabu, Safalal.
Perhaps that will all become clear in a bit.
Reading down, it's Thansa, Huarfa, Phobual. That doesn't really help. And then we have my last will. I, Sir Thomas, wish to be laid to eternal rest at the side of my recently departed beloved Galinda Greenwood.
Oh.
May my wife never find the gravesite. My friend will make all the arrangements. The starting point for finding the grave is the northernmost park bench. From there, follow the path westward to the mounted knight.
Right.
I'll start making that hilarious joke now.
Oh, I missed it. It was so funny and so subtle that it kind of went under the radar. I'm just thinking that these are hexagon. They're both hexagons.
Yeah,
And it sounds like we're going to have to use this map.
it does, doesn't it?
I wonder if we're getting 3 different numbers
Yeah, maybe.
in 3 different methods here. Because I was just looking at this one first.
So that's a diamond, smooth that, and we don't know what this has. No symbol.
That has no symbol, but I'm guessing there's a page in the book that looks very similar to that with
Right.
different names on it. So, read the grave inscription out loud. Is that this? Oh no, it's this. Is that the grave inscription?
Well, I would say so, except for the fact that that has a diamond on it, and this has a hexagon, which identifies them as
yeah,
separate
that's a really
puzzles.
good point.
Is there another grave inscription? I don't actually think there is.
And then at this one, all I noticed was that it says the wrong height, and the numbers go from 1 through to 9, and the 1s are the smallest, and then the 2s, and then the 3s and the 4s. So we're finding the odd one out there. So I was wondering if that would pick out one.
It's part of a set of 3 things.
I think so, but maybe not this set of 3 things. I'm just going to put that up there.
Yeah, I don't see grave inscriptions in here.
This is read it out loud.
So we need to work out which bits of the form a puzzle that we actually can solve. So we have 6 cards and the book and anything else on the box, but something has to guide us. So we need a symbol.
I feel like
so we
these
know it's
two
got
go
to
together,
be. It's either got to
actually.
be this, or it's got to be these.
I think those two.
They're the same colour background, right?
Yeah, I
And
think
that one too, obviously, because it's got a hexagon on it.
I think these two follow on from one another
Right.
because it says from there follow the path blah, 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 from there. So that must be something like that. I'm assuming that therefore isn't supposed to be in the middle of those.
No, I agree with you. Should we see if this makes sense on the map?
Yeah,
at all?
if I put them here, you can have the map in big.
Right, what does it say?
It says, I, Sir Thomas, wish to be laid to return the rest outside of my la 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 la. The starting point for finding the grave is the northernmost park bench.
Well, that's here, right?
Yeah.
So we're starting here.
From there, follow the path westward.
So that's this way.
To the mounted knight.
So that's this dude here.
From there, take the path southward.
Yeah.
And then east towards the park bench at the first opportunity.
There's a park bench here.
But there's one there as well.
Right.
Which is east.
Thank you.
Continue south from there and take the path to the southwest statue, which must be there.
Yes.
5 more steps and then you're standing right in front of our stone. Oh, and there's some footprints here.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now take the right one.
Take the right what?
Well, it says now take the right one, but does it mean like something on the right?
Yeah, or does it mean go right? I mean, we've made a 5 so far.
Sure, we have made a 5 so far.
Oh, now take the right one. It means take the right card. I think it means take card S.
Yeah, I wondered if it was showing us something on there that would tell us what to do. Take card, do you mean 5?
No, it's a red card. Got letters
yes.
on.
Yeah.
I think it says now take the right one. It's right next to the picture of a card. And this is a nice S, really.
It is a lovely S.
So I think it means take card S.
Wiggly.
We'll soon find out.
We'll soon find out, hopefully.
That could be right.
Ooh.
It has a hexagon on it.
And
so
then
I
it
feel
said,
that's
read the
correct.
grave inscription out loud. When you found the code, use it from right to left.
Yes. IR2 GW2. If you read it right to left. Or 2RI 2WG.
Try.
Oh, try twig. Yeah, you're right. Try twig.
Twig.
Twig? What does that mean?
When you found the code, use it from left to right.
Twig. But what's it mean, use it right to left? So it doesn't say read the inscription right to left, does it?
No, just when you found the code, use it from right to left.
So if you read the 2 lines together, two right, two right,
2RI.
try twig. How would you pronounce this? This is a WG, isn't it?
Yeah.
WG. 2RI, 2WG. I mean, I agree it could be try for the top row. Try, maybe.
Twig. If it was twig, if it was try twig, are there any twigs knocking about? I mean, there's...
It might be number...
tree.
There's a lot of twigs on that tree.
There's
Twig.
a cat here. I wonder if that's significant.
Is that a cat? That was a dead dog.
Oh, no. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
it's a cat looking forward. I
Hopefully
thought
a living
that was its nose. So we've got to this card by solving this map. So it's possible that this is referring to the map in some way. And then you'll stand your right in front of you. Now take the right one. So you've used this to draw the S and take card S. And now it says read the grave inscription out loud. When you have found a code, use it from right to left. What does it mean by read it out loud? Because you would always read it. So that suggests that the pronunciation is... It's not just 2RI, it's... Tuari, tuig.
Tuari, tuari,
What? So we need a 3-digit code. And so it's possible it's telling us what to count. So if it was telling us to count the number of gravestones on for example, it might be telling us to count the number of gravestones on each island that we've passed, or that sort of thing. That's the sort of thing it might conceivably be telling us to.
There's no random twigs knocking about in this picture, are there? It's just that tree. I'm like, are there any letters hidden in that tree?
Oh, the first word is tree, not try. It's meant to be tree.
Tree. Twig?
But it is tree, isn't it?
Maybe.
I think.
But then what?
Tree, twig. Tree, twig. It does make sense, tree, twig. But we're not counting the number of twigs on here.
No, we're not. And then it said, what did it say? When you found the code. I was wondering if they had numbers in somewhere, because that sort of looks like a 7.
Oh my god, you're right.
No need for the tone of surprise.
You're right. It's a 5.
It's an 8, I think.
Oh, you're right.
807.
So right to left, 8.
807.
Where do you see 7? Oh, here.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
I think.
I mean, it's a bit nebulous because.
No, you're right.
I feel like you could say there's probably like loads of 4s and stuff in there, but I think 807.
Yeah. I think you're right. 8.
Tree twig.
Tree twig. It's quite a stretch. But we got there. Well, rather you got there.
Yeah.
Tree twig.
Okay. So where are we putting that in?
807.
807.
Under the hexagon.
Under the hexagon. Let's see. Is that on camera? Yes. 8. 0, 7.
That gives us
11. 7, 11.
gives us an 11. There we go. And is it correct? Possibly.
Ooh,
I said that before I turned it over.
Right.
Where did we see it?
I don't know.
This...
we saw it on the grave that we thought it was before.
Isn't it him? No, we haven't used him.
It's this one with the cat on it. Now it's number 24.
Oh, it's okay. Oops.
Oh,
24. Now it's that one. We didn't take card 24 before. Right, okay. The small hatch on the grave rises up.
Not ideal. Astonished, you realise that there is a small hollow space behind it. Inside are a few old portrait sketches. You also discover an illustration of the old chapel. The decrepit chapel has not been used for some time.
Strange.
Ooh, spooky. Just as you're about to take off, you hear some twigs snapping behind you. Is somebody there? You hold your breath and listen. Everything seems quiet. It was probably just an animal. I don't know. I feel like it's too spooky for that. You find riddle cards G, J, L and P. Take these riddle cards from the stack and look at them. Okay.
Yeah, maybe the gravekeeper is actually lurking around.
G. We're just seeing a cat.
And he's going to come up. He's just waiting for you to solve it for him.
Spooky. We actually haven't got that many riddle cards left.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
mainly because we've just taken like
G,
5
J,
and then 4.
L and P.
G, J, L and P.
Okay, let's have a look at what they have to say for
Let's have
themselves.
a look. G. Yes. J, L and P. I'm just going to turn them over. Ooh. Ooh. Fun.
All right, so we've got this as well. Which
They all
obviously
go
goes with
together,
them.
and they also go with a page in the book, I reckon.
We have an L.
This one says from inside out, and it's got a rose on it, so I feel like that's probably to do with this puzzle that's got a rose on it, and the puzzle in the book that's got a rose in. And I noticed that those roses are different sizes, so that's probably an important ordering factor.
Yeah,
possibly.
it looks like there might be some number. There's a 5 in the middle for a start.
From inside out, 5.
Are there other numbers as you shade it in?
Oh no, it's 7. It says 7 actually. It's S, then E, then V, then E, then N. It's the outlines of those letters.
Wow, well spotted. I did not see that.
So I think we figured out what we'll do with these.
Yes.
And then I'm guessing with the tangrams we'll spell out a number there as well.
Yeah, okay.
Great. But we don't have a symbol for that yet.
Well, we do, because it says from large to small, roses will show you
I
the
didn't
way.
even see that yet. I hadn't seen
Yeah.
that. And we still got this, haven't we?
We do. Right, now
haven't
this has
used
an
it.
L, and that card that you just moved was a diamond.
Oh, so they're
I'm
not
saying-
the same.
And we feel that we don't think, this doesn't look like it goes with it, does it?
No.
So I feel we're saving those for later.
So you think we are doing this now? Is
Yes.
this time for this? Great.
So
Super
at
cool.
the back we have this picture.
We
here.
do. Time for a bit of cutting out, do you think?
Oh, do you think they fit together with the lichen?
I think they probably do.
Is it lichen or lichen?
I would say lichen, but I'm not an expert.
I would
alas.
lichen to say lichen.
That's
I wonder.
terrible.
I was going to say, I wonder if they fit across the edges.
yeah. I
to
think you
make a
probably
jigsaw.
match these up.
Oh.
Do you think cut them out and then match
yes.
them up and then?
Would you like to cut out or shall I?
I'd love to. Oh, would you like to cut out?
No, you're very welcome to cut out.
I love cutting
You
out.
cut out more neatly, I think it's fair to say.
Oh no, I've just ruined the rest of the table.
Slightly more
display.
patience as well.
That's true. Fast forward. Done. Hooray.
Right, okay. Well,
Super. So this is slight jigsaw vibes.
and we're expecting a digit. And then we will
hoping
have
so.
3 digits.
Do you
which
reckon
we can
like
order
that?
from large to small. Well, I didn't think of it, but I think you're right. Now you said it, I'm
Matchy
sure
matchy.
you're right.
They're not
yeah.
like disappointingly, they're not like mirror images of each other.
Well, they are rotated images of each
Sort
other.
of, yeah. I mean, they're definitely connected
Maybe it goes like this.
in some way. I don't know. We'll have to find out the orientation, won't we? I think that goes there. What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I don't know which way this is going to end up. That smudge, I think, goes... You see all this. Is that going to stay on there?
Let's move it down the page then.
What's it going to be? I hope it's not something with multiple orientations, because that's going to be confusing.
Does that match there? I think it does.
I think it does. It
looks like a 2.
It does look like a 2, and definitely not a 5.
I think it's a 2, don't
It
you?
looks sort of like a swan, is what I would say, actually, but that's not an option for us on
It
the
does
decoder
look like
disc.
a swan. So by matching up the lichen,
Yeah,
we are liking the fact that we formed a 2.
we're liking that.
I don't think it could be any other digit, no matter how we rotate it.
I don't think so, however you slice it, unless
It
we've
does look
paired
like a
those up
swan.
wrong. But I think we haven't paired them up wrong. I think we've paired them up right. And if we compare the other rose sizes, I would say that that's the smallest rose, and then that's the mediumest rose, and then that's the largest rose. So I would say that 2 is the second symbol that we will put into the decoder disc.
Yeah, 2 is the second digit, and 7
What
is
do you
the
reckon?
third digit. So we need to work out what this is. It says the
wrong
wrong height.
height.
So you observed before, 1 is the shortest, 9 is the tallest. So we're looking for a digit that isn't fitting correctly within its schema.
Yeah.
So 2 is bigger than 1, 3 is bigger than 2, 4 is bigger than 3, 5 is bigger than 4, 6 is 6 bigger than 5 though?
I think 6 is the same as 5.
It looks it, doesn't it?
But we've got these notches here.
For counting, okay.
For telling us. I think 5 goes... Have you got a pointer? There we go.
I can do this, can't
That's
I?
better.
So 5 goes from, notch 1 down to notch...
That's
Notch 4.5, 5.5.
difficult calligraphy to work this one out.
It is, isn't it? I could use a ruler, but I'm pretty sure that 6
No, I think
isn't
it's the
tall.
same.
I think 6 isn't taller than 5.
Is it 6 or 5 that's wrong, though?
5 is clearly taller than 4, I would say.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you think 6 is wrong.
Yeah, and then 7 is taller than 6, and 8 is taller than 7. So I think 6 is our digit here.
6 is the problem
and
child
it says from large to small, which gives us a code 7, 6, 2.
Or do you think it's to do with the size of the roses?
Oh, yes, it's definitely the sizes of the roses. Ignore me.
Which would be 7.
It clearly says roses will show you the way. I was wrong.
It does say that. Although that's still confusing because obviously the numbers are going to be large to small once you've got them anyway. But anyway, so if it is large to small of the roses, then it would be 7, 2, 6.
I think it does have to be the roses, as you said, because otherwise the roses may as well all be the same size.
That's true. Right, I'm just going to move this out of the way so that we can see that. But it is on the L. 7, what are we saying? 7, 2,
What happened
6.
to 1?
7, 2, 6. Can you see that? Yes, you can. It's 29.
Okay, right near the back. Is it potentially correct? Let's soon find out. Yeah,
And
where do we
that's
see
on
it?
this spooky house, which I think is bottom right.
Yes, 21.
21.
All right.
That was quite straightforward, I feel.
Well, I feel there was quite a lot
Worryingly
involved. You only
so.
have to miss one part of that puzzle.
That's true, and then you don't
and
know
you're
maybe
stuck.
which
yeah,
bit
and
it
if you
is.
don't know, yeah, right, exactly, and then you're stuck.
Which has happened to us before. But anyway, right, you enter the chapel. It's not happening to us right now. The air is musty and there's all sorts of junk laying all over the place. An old painting draws your attention. It shows a few old knights who seem to be swearing an oath. You can sense how close you are. Brimming with motivation, you make your way to the crypt. Let's see if you can open that cursed door in time. You find riddle cards C and F. Take these riddle cards from the stack and look at them. Okay. We still haven't done anything with these random, like, slightly medieval etching portrait type scenarios.
And I also feel that you could probably have wandered
Which
into
is
the
a shame.
chapel at some point anyway.
I guess so.
To finish with all this, I
Series
feel.
of complex locks.
We haven't
and
used this.
maps.
We have used that.
We have used that.
And we haven't used the 3 cards of
Use
people.
those. And then we've got C and F here, which I just turned over. Thusly. Okay, this is the painting that we just uncovered, right?
I guess. What does it actually say? Secret Brotherhood of the 7 Knights, and it's got 3 shields in order at the top.
It does.
And the 17 is not what it seems. You will find an increasingly correct solution there. So I'm guessing 17.
Do you think it's answer card 17?
I don't.
Must
There are
be.
only 17 I can think of. Is answer card 17?
Let's have a look at it and see if it looks different to the other
So
answer
there's
cards.
16,
Ooh.
and there's 17. Is it different? On the front, at least. I wouldn't say it looked. Oh, it says riddle card.
Oh yeah, it does.
I was about to say it's exactly the same,
exactly
apart
the
from the
same.
number. Well, we clearly take this. Then.
Observant. Well done. Should we take that then?
Yes.
Riddle card 17.
I've not seen that
Exciting.
before.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So Tom Coburn. He didn't live very long.
And it says times 606 plus 658. But on the previous card, we saw that they had the asterisk for the birth date and the plus for the death date, didn't we?
Yeah, I wonder
Or
why.
year.
I wonder if it's important that Tom is underlined there.
Oh.
Anyway, there's the moon.
T-O-M.
T-O-M.
Have we got cards T-O-M? We have M. I wonder if it's given us an order for the cards. If we later
Maybe.
get cards T and O.
Maybe.
Then
Shall I see if we've still got
yeah,
T
see
and
if
O?
we've still got
we
T and
won't
O.
take them. We've got T but not O.
Oh.
O. O indeed.
Well, we don't have O anymore.
Anyway, maybe that will be relevant
I mean, we do still have it. It never tells
in
you to
some
discard
other way.
a card.
That's true.
All right. So
This one just says, only in the light of the waning crescent moon. Ooh, we've got phases of the moon. Select the smallest code.
we do. All right. So we have this card. We have 2 cards with it. Maybe this moon goes with this moon, but it doesn't exactly match the symbol. But
that is how we got that card.
all right.
So
I think we can get rid of this now.
I'm fairly confident that
So we can be confident that this, despite not matching the symbol, is in fact
We've
solving
revealed
the
its
moon
magic.
puzzle. And we have this symbol here, this card here, which has no symbol on it. This card with a diamond. We still don't know what to do with it.
And
And we
these
already had
guys-
these 3 guys. And I feel,
I don't
unless
think
you
we've
could
learned
solve...
anything new about them, have we?
Right, I was going to say, unless you could solve 2 puzzles at the same time, which is not necessarily not possible, not necessarily impossible, then we still can't do anything with this because we haven't progressed it.
Should we have a look at the phases of the moon? Only
Yeah,
because
and
it's-
also, what's this? Have we seen these symbols before? I don't think we have.
I don't think we have either. I think we've used everything on that page. Here are the phases of the moon.
Yeah, so we still have... But we've used the underlines.
We have used the underlines.
We haven't used this,
used those.
which matches the decoder disc.
It does
look.
match the decoder disc. I'm sure we'll use that.
That is looking like the window on the decoder disc.
It sure does. Good spot.
We've used the map, but we may use it again, of course. Oh, and
Should we
we've
have a
got
look at
the
the phases of
family
the moon?
tree. Look, they go in the family tree.
They do, but I think we
haven't
don't
got
know.
enough information
Yeah, we don't
yet.
know where they go in the family tree
So
yet.
here are the phases of the moon.
Only the light of the waning crescent moon, which is there.
Select the smallest. So we've got the waning crescent moon here. Select the smallest code.
So that's a mirror image of that.
Yes, it's also the same as the waxing crescent.
Are we going to mirror something in some way?
So here it says, I have actually discarded this prematurely because it says you will find an increasingly correct solution there. What does increasingly correct? That might suggest that it's 052.
How are you working that
It's
out?
an increase because that's the difference between 606 and 658.
Oh, I see. Sorry, you jumped quite a few steps there, mentally maths for me. I'm usually very much a 1 + 2 kind of gal.
What
Is there
that?
anything secret there?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks a bit
I
funny.
think that's just
doesn't
by
it?
the light of the silvery moon.
Okay. So we have different dates on the other cards before as well. It is not out of the realms of possibility we would use the dates on the previous cards, but that's unusual. I don't remember an exit game where we've had to go back and reuse stuff from a previous puzzle, really. Only in the light. We've already done the shining light puzzle. Because often when you see light in a puzzle clue, it means shine a light or look through something at the sun. Or obviously not directly at the sun, but anyway. Only in the light of the waning crescent moon selects the smallest code. So one possibility is we are using it under here.
Yeah, another thought that I had is instead of doing that, if you turn it upside down like that, then you get this symbol here. And also these numbers are flippy.
Ah,
And by that I mean they have rotational symmetry,
not a coincidence, I think.
not just flippy.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I think that's makes a lot of sense. And also we now have,
But now what?
we have something else underlined. We have 380 underlined.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think it's 380. It says select the smallest code, and there's 3 numbers here, and the smallest is 380.
Okay.
I think you're right.
They just don't look enough like numberiness to me. I don't think you're wrong. I'm hoping that if the flipping might be wrong,
I think.
in which case none of this is right.
Well, it says under the light of the waning crescent, and the waning crescent looks like this.
Yeah. So we've got to make it look like that somehow.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Number 5.
That's not 380, is it?
No, that's correct. It's not. 380
It's 10.
is 10.
Right. This must be right. Under the laws of, it seems right.
By the light of the silvery moon. And we are...
Somewhere. Well, there's a grave there.
Yeah.
Is it one of these pictures?
Where's the moon? That's not on here, is it?
Well, we know it's not that. It's not that. I don't know what that is, so I don't think it's that. It's not that or that, surely. It's not that. Or the box? No. Or that, or that, or that. It's not that. It's none of them. But one of them must be the moon nonetheless. Have we seen the moon on something else?
I don't know.
I don't believe we have, So I actually don't know which picture we're taking. So before, when I couldn't find it, there was a very subtle detail on the card.
Yeah.
Is there some subtle detail on here that I'm missing that matches the... Let's zoom in. That matches the pictures on the choice of cards?
Well, what have we already looked at?
So, if I cross off the ones we've already done, we've definitely done that.
Definitely done... We haven't done that.
Have we not?
But that's this. So that's
diamond.
not the same.
Okay, fine. That's the diamond. You can see the diamond on here. It's
We've
off
done the
screen,
box.
but
That was the one that we got confused about because that had a square on it.
I don't know whether we've done this or not.
I don't think we have done that one yet.
Okay, and then we've done that. We've done that. I don't know
We
what
haven't
this
done that one.
is.
That looks kind of like the last one because it's got various locks and stuff on it.
That we've done.
Definitely done
and this
that
was
one.
going to the chapel, perhaps?
And that was the roses one, I think. Yeah. So the only ones we haven't done.
I feel we maybe have to find another picture for this. So, yeah, this was the... We've done this
That
one
was
at the
that
start.
one. It's not in the book or anything, is it?
A moon.
The moon.
I mean, it's not on this page. I don't see any... Let's zoom out.
It's the wrong sort of illustration
to
anyway,
find-
isn't it?
Yeah, we'd have to find a moon symbol.
Oh, this is confusing.
What happened to the box? Oh, you have the box.
I can't see any moons.
No, and I've just had a quick look in the instruction booklet. I don't see any moons in the instruction booklet because, you know, in exit games they can hide things everywhere. So I don't think we're meant to be stuck on knowing which one to take.
Yeah, and that's not usually something that trips you up, is it? It's usually
No, it's
really
usually
presented to
really
you. Have we got
obvious.
rid of a card that had it on somewhere?
Perhaps we have. So these are the cards we've taken. That's not
We've used that one already. That's got a triangle on it. That's got an L on it. That was for that puzzle.
Circle. These are the cards at the back.
We've used those already for the plus. That's got the hexagon on.
Those are the only cards we've discarded. I mean, I've discarded. Nothing else. Well, it
Should we take a hint card just to check?
Oh, to check we haven't missed something.
Yeah.
Okay, because
it's the moon, but
perhaps we haven't got the picture card that we need that goes with it.
But we feel we've got a solution, so...
And we could, by process of elimination, pick the right one. But you're right.
We can. Let's just double check.
Let's check we haven't missed taking
Have a little tutorial.
Because usually the first hint card will tell you whether you have got everything you need to solve the puzzle. And that's helpful because sometimes you realise you don't. To solve this riddle, you have to have found riddle cards F and K. Have we taken F and K from the pack, Laura?
We haven't taken K.
Ah.
Were we supposed to take K?
I don't know. If we don't have K yet, we can't solve it, apparently. Okay, so we've come to the conclusion that even though we think we've solved this puzzle, we don't have everything we need yet to do it, because we could absolutely have guessed on the pictures we haven't used, but we're following the actual rules of exit games, which is that you can't open something if you haven't found the symbol on it.
Huge nerds.
So currently we can't, because this is not an object in the game world, and this doesn't have a symbol on something in the game world, we can't, even though we think we've solved it, we can't open it. So we must, by a process of elimination...
Must be something to do with this.
With one of the cards, well... So these, we feel, must be something we haven't already got.
It must go with this family tree, the bonfire tree.
Well, the family tree, we have no information for how they fit together unless it's on the cards. But even if we did put them together, look, they're pointing at things, aren't they? Maybe they're gonna make the shapes and numbers where they're pointing, but we don't know how they fit together.
We don't know how they fit together. And this says they hunted for an artifact, but sadly failed. Alas.
Oh, it's the names of the people. TH is HU is Hubert.
Oh, do you think
tells you where they go in the family tree?
T then H.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Great. Let's do that. Do you want to cut them out or shall I?
I don't mind. What would you like?
You can cut them out, Laura.
Okay, I'll cut them out. Fast forward.
Yeah. Side note: Laura's pointed out why didn't they just put the symbols next to each other so you could cut them out more straightforwardly? Yes, it would be much easier if they all just shared sides, wouldn't it?
A very minor.
Perhaps they were afraid.
Gripe.
Well, I suspect it's so that you don't think. It doesn't look like where you're putting them. Because if it did, it would give you the answer away a little, wouldn't it?
I guess so. Or you might think you don't have to cut them all out individually.
Let's move this out of the way for now.
But, you know, they could have aligned them.
Obviously, you could not cut them out and just copy the letters on. But then you have to copy their arm positions as well.
I think you're right. The pointing is definitely going to be the key to this.
But the pointing is part of it. So whilst you could do it without cutting it up if you wanted to, I feel that to do it properly, you want to cut them out.
I also just love a bit of cutting out.
All right, so...
Right.
What have we got?
So I think TH must be Teresa. Look, there's three on each thing. Yeah. So Teresa, then Hubert, then Fortuna.
Okay, well, here's Hubert.
Great name. Teresa goes here.
I'm going to hold my hand on this page because it's going to slightly move.
Yeah, this is a slidey
and
problem.
Then FO.
FO's got to be Fortuna.
Okay.
Good name.
And then AN on the next line is Anne.
And AR must be Arthur. And BU must be Burnett. Random name.
I think it's actually pretty easy just to pick them up.
Unless you're called Burnett.
Samuel.
Fabian. And finally...
Albert. So we're looking for 3 digits. I'll move this into more than centre the screen now.
We are.
So I think we've got the arm shapes. We've got 2. And then we have 3. And then we have 5. Agreed?
Yeah, so these are just meant to be flat, basically, on top.
What does flat mean?
As in, like, they're meant to be a flat line on top. The arms, the crossed arms are supposed to indicate a flat line.
I think if you follow the arms from the elbow...
So you think that's a 2...
It's a 2.
A 3...
Yeah, as long as you only take it from the elbow.
Yeah, I was going to say
And then 5. It must be, mustn't it?
Yeah, 2, 3, 5.
So 2, 3, 5 for the diamond symbol.
Under the diamond symbol. So we actually could have done that all this time.
We could have done it before, you're right.
2.
I won't shake them off the tree until we're sure we're right.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, and that gives us the number 2.
All right, and then hopefully that will unlock what we need for the other puzzle. So where is this?
And that's this guy,
So this
for
is
sure.
13.
13. Unlucky for some, but usually quite lucky in these. Hooray!
The statue's compartment springs open. You can hardly believe it, but there's the key we needed.
There it is.
But it's empty. Somebody must have gotten here before you. At least you now know that Sir Erwin also belonged to the secret order of knights.
Ooh.
Immersed in your thoughts, a shudder suddenly runs down your back. You have the feeling you're being watched. You look around, but there's nobody to be seen.
Ghosts.
Oh, it's you.
It's me.
Instead, you see the crypt of Sir Reston looming out of the darkness. You find riddle card K.
Reston is
Take
such a
this
random
riddle
name.
card from the stack and look at it. Oh, I dropped
Okay,
it.
not before time. Right then, we can look at that now. We can get rid of our Sir Erwin Bonfire family tree.
Let's just close it. I think we finished with the book.
Do you think so?
Not well. Famous last. No, we haven't used the diagram at the back with the circle and the cutout.
We finally found the moon. We can get rid of this guy.
Yes.
Possibly Sir Erwin Bonfire. And now we can use the moon.
Right, and we think the code for this
What did we think?
was matching the moon as per it said in the book and underline 380.
380.
And now we should be able to find.
3.
We now have the door we can open. Or
Number
in this case,
10.
the tomb.
Come on down.
Right. Do.
So now we've got the moon symbol, and it's the bottom left.
We now know it's this, which we could have done with a guess before.
But we didn't want
But that would have
to.
been cheating.
Not as fun. We
Right.
like to follow the rules.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of small text.
Oh my gosh, so there is.
Great, you're almost there. So Sir Coburn was also a member. Just at this moment, the light of the moon falls upon the wall of the crypt, revealing the outlines of an entrance.
Oh yes, it's that special moment once in every 87 years at the specific angle of the...
The moon and the earth or something
That's
like that.
it, something like that.
Together, you push against it and the wall slides away. Inside the crypt, you find a small treasure box. The artefact. But that's when things start to move fast. You hear a laugh and the cemetery keeper threatens you with a pistol.
Oh.
You think you're pretty clever. Thanks for solving the riddle and finding an artefact for me. My plan worked. That's what I said was going to
Plot
happen.
twist. Yeah, you did.
He takes the treasure box and disappears. Poof. The entrance closes behind him and you are trapped. Well, that was pretty dumb of you, wasn't it? You find riddle cards Q, T and W, QT, along with the cardboard insert from the gate box.
Ooh.
Take these riddle cards from the box along with the cardboard insert and look at them.
I'm going to be so sad if the box that has this artefact is empty in the end. I feel like sometimes that just happens. There's always like a final plot twist.
Where's
where
the box?
I've got the box. So I was gazing at the box. There
There's
we go.
also a strange object that was in the box that I took out
yeah.
earlier. This we haven't used yet.
No, we
Piece
haven't
of
used that yet.
acetate.
Not yet.
Right, so we need a strange insert from the box.
Strange
you can
insert.
only use this cardboard insert when the game allows you to.
Okay.
That's helpful.
Did it say take it out of the box?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, great. So it looks like, well, there's all sorts going on in here. Look, we've got spooky demons, we've got symbols, we've got all sorts. Is there going to be some sort of spooky ritual going on? Oh, it's double-sided. Oh, it's all going on. There's a lot happening here. Should
And
we...
those symbols, I think, match the symbols on the page. One page we
I
haven't used in
agree.
the book, which clearly matches the decoder disc.
I agree.
Or that's the window on the decoder disc here. All right.
Exciting.
So what cards have we got?
We've got Q, T and W. Should we have a look at them?
Let's look at those.
Just move that out of the way. Let's see what we've got. Got those. Ooh. Ooh. Can you see all those?
So we have 3 arrows, red, yellowy, orange and blue. And there's a star symbol here.
And a star symbol there.
Yeah, and we have 3 colours here as well. The crypt door's fine, but now we figure it's time to make a version that's bigger. Start by finding what you need to make, or else you'll stay here and never escape. Once you get it, don't just hold it. Instead, consider trying to fold it. 3 arrows deserve your special attention. When solving the riddle, that's all we'll mention.
Okay, fun. So I'm noticing that there are some
And there's a picture here.
arched... Yeah, some arched bits here.
Are we making this picture?
I think we are making that picture.
Yeah. And then we're lining this up somehow with the bits of symbol you saw on the sides, and zoom out, to end up with something where we can read 3 digits or 3 positions on the
I
disc.
think it's supposed to look maybe like... Oh, I don't know how we don't see that bit. But like there's... Let's have a look. That's not the same door, is it? Oh look, there's the top of it. Is this some sort of origami-ness? Do you want to have a go?
Well, so we need to be able to see, we obviously need to fold it back on itself in some way, don't we? So if that's the top, is that the
Sort of.
top of it?
Yeah. Where are the sides?
And then there's this bit here, so that has to fold like that.
Yeah.
So I think there's no choice but to fold that back on itself. And then how do we...
Do you fold these in first before you do that? Like,
good idea.
I don't know. And
yes, because that's got a symbol on it.
And then maybe that on top. And then where are the other vaulty sides? There are vaulty sides somewhere.
We've got that.
Vaulty towers. There are the vaulty sides. So do you fold that underneath?
First, yeah.
This is fun. And then if you fold the whole thing in half, then you get... There you go. We did it.
Yeah, so we've made this picture by folding this in a particular way.
Fun.
And we also have this.
We sure do.
And we have instructions, and we have arrows. And the arrows may be referred to the door in the middle.
If that is the door, you're absolutely right. Put that in there, then they're going to point to a symbol and we're going to use them.
All right. So I think the colours on the card give us an ordering of the symbols and nothing more.
Weirdly, they look different. Actually, that looks a lot darker than that, but I'm assuming it's supposed to match.
So we've got this picture here, which I'm going to have to keep my hands on, so it will pop out a bit.
That's okay.
And it's curved, and we have this curved symbol here, and we have the decoder disc, which has this window on. So how does all this go together? Well, we have this symbol first, because that's what the yellow is pointing at. The blue is pointing at this symbol. The red is pointing at this symbol. So we've selected a symbol on here. Now, what's the next? The crypt door's fine, but now we figure it's time to make a version that's bigger. We've done that. Start by finding what you need. We've done that. And then the red bit, which is very hard to read on the camera, says 3 arrows deserve your attention. That's all we're mentioning. I think we've done this.
Yeah.
I think we've done this. So we're now at the stage where we need this symbol. And so in which case, I don't think we need this for now. I'll just let go a little. We need to... Maybe I won't let go a little.
No, I feel like that was...
Let's put something on top of it.
You got any sellotape?
I have.
Stick it down in a non-invasive way. Yeah. There we go.
And then I'll stick the top bit down as well.
Delightful.
Right, that'll do for now.
That's pretty close. So I'm wondering if it's to do with this... Which... Obviously the window is movable.
I've moved the blue off. You can't quite see the blue now. It's under there, though.
The blue's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So the window is obviously movable on the disc.
Yeah.
That's the joy of the disc. So are these supposed to represent...
Well, how many symbols are there? And how many symbols are there on the disc?
9. There's 9 of these.
There's 10 of these.
There's 10 of those.
And there's 10...
Yes, sorry.
And there are 10 numbers on the disc. Are there 10 different digits? Are there 10 symbols on the disc?
Well, I was wondering if this is supposed to imply that that is 0. Yes. And therefore that's 1, 2, 3. What do you think?
You could be right. Why 0?
Because it's next to the window. That's the only thing that's connected to the window on the decoder disc. So just from like an engineering point of view, that would force that. If that was 0 and then that gave us an orientation for all these, and then we just take the number that these point to, that seems overly simple, but that would give you 3 numbers.
No, I actually think you're right.
I don't know. I mean,
so if we
the only reason I don't think that is because this is much bigger than that smaller circle, but it's not forced. It doesn't force anything else.
I 100% agree you're right.
Oh.
So the circle is pre-print on that central disc. The circle is pre-printed next to the 0, isn't it? So we've
that
got
would be 0,
2,
1, yeah.
3, 4. I think you're right. I don't think it's any more complicated than that.
Well, it's an option anyway.
No, I think you're 100% correct.
Crude. So
so I think you're right.
So then we just need to read off what symbols are pointed at by these arrows.
Yes, exactly. So the red was first, yellow was first, and yellow is the symbol at the top, which looks sort of ready on camera. So this symbol is first.
Which is this, do you
So we
think?
have 5.
5, so put 5 under the star?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we have blue, and the blue arrow is here, which is quite hard to see now. I've covered it over, but I showed it clearly before, and it points at this symbol right at the edge of the screen.
Which I think is this one here, which is
That's 8. And finally we have the red, which points at this symbol here.
Lovely, which is sort of like a knobbly walking stick. And that would give us a 2, which gives us an 8.
Ooh. So there we go. I reckon that's it.
How do you feel about number 8?
I think it's correct.
It feels too simple.
No, it feels just perfect.
You think it feels right?
Yeah.
And then it would be number 14 because it's that door on the end with all the arrows.
Oh, right, okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
The
door opens!
Excellent. And there's some very small writing.
Fun.
You don't want to just let the cemetery keeper get away with it, so you run to his house, because obviously they've gone there. No sooner have you slipped in than you see that the keeper is trying to open the treasure box, All of a sudden, a tiny arrow shoots from the lid. The keeper slumps over. You run to him and check his pulse. Oh, he's merely unconscious.
Oh, phew.
That's all right. The poison has apparently lost some of its effectiveness over the years.
Oh my goodness.
You examine the locked treasure box for other traps, but find nothing, except for a small hidden compartment in the side.
Absolutely love a hidden compartment.
Inside the compartment, you find riddle cards B and R, along with the 3 strange film items, which we haven't taken yet here. Right. Take these riddle cards from the stack and the 3 strange items from the box and look at them. Maybe you'll be able to open the box. I presume it means the hidden compartment, because the box is already open, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Oh, is the box not open?
I don't know. No, it is the box.
He's trying to open it.
Trying to
an
open the
arrow
locked
shoots
treasure
from the
box,
lid.
yeah.
I thought that's meaning we opened the lid, but maybe not. Right. And it shows that they're cut out, which I think we would have worked out from these symbols anyway.
Yeah.
So we need B, R, and these 3 symbols.
Okay, well, here's B and R. So we can get rid of this now. I think we've used that.
I'd say we finished with the book.
B and R.
And I'll point out we haven't used this card yet either.
No, we haven't. That's a really good point.
Right, so that's quite straightforward. The exit sign will give you access. So that refers perhaps to the game's logo, whatever that is.
Oh, yeah. Should I cut these out?
Yeah, I think we're going to...
I think we might... Maybe we're going to lay them on top of these guys who we haven't used yet.
I was going to say, I think we overlay it over the exit logo.
Okay, yeah.
I think we overlay it on here.
So we haven't really used our knights
Or
then.
maybe on the box.
I think you're right. It's probably the big one.
Yeah.
Ooh. Is there any way that we...
There's that dot. Yeah, where does that dot line up?
Yeah,
there?
does that...
Is there a version of the logo, some on the box that has a dot on it?
Is this the same size as the box on the top? Yeah, see, that's very compelling, isn't it?
Well, there's obviously multiple orientations that are 4, no? Well, that's not helpful. That's the last orientation. That didn't work. Oh, we have symbols. There's a parallelogram, a square, and a shield. Perhaps it doesn't... Does it fit exactly on that? It does.
And a circle. Oh! Where are those knights?
They're somewhere under
Are they under here?
Yeah.
So, this matches... This shape there matches that shield there.
It does.
This shape there matches that shield there. So this must be giving us an order, possibly, of them, and this circle matches that shield. So they are important. I'm going to put them there for reference. And I think you're right.
I think one of them perhaps completes a digit. What about the other part of the box? I don't think there's another...
I don't think there's anything that's big enough, is there?
That's the largest exit logo we have. That could be a number at the top. I mean, it looks like if it was upside down, it could be a 9.
Is it to... oh, hang on. Hold the phone. Is
put them all on top of each other.
Is that to order it there? And then so it goes circle here, and then this knobbly one, and then this one. There we go. So we line that up so we get this lovely crest at the bottom, and then does it just magically give us...
Yeah, if you align the actual rectangles, it's quite hard, isn't it? Because they're not quite cut
It's really
the
hard.
same.
They're slippery. Why wouldn't they cut them the same? This is not user error, I assure you. But it should then give us, I would say, 8 something 1.
Oh, I was going to say 4 or 7, but you might be right. It might be 1. Well, it's 8. And then...
And then what?
I don't know. It could be a 4. It's a 4 on its side.
Oh, yeah. It is a 4 on its side.
So we've got 8 at the start.
Yeah.
We've got a 4 there. And I think you're right. If those were just
I think it's the sort of European one. Should we could stick them on so that they don't move.
Okay,
Stick them on one by one.
All right, so we've got...
We sellotaped them.
Yeah, we've got 8,
4. It is a confusing 4.
1. T. 841.
841T.
Yeah,
Underneath
841.
the... Why?
Yes, and does that give an order of the symbols that is the same as we put here? It does. So it is 841.
What am I doing? Can't
All
find
right,
the number.
very clever.
841. I'm glad we used the knights.
Yes. Must we'd have been worried about what we missed.
And also, I would have been turning those transparent bits of card over and over multiple times to try and get the right
work out the orientation.
That gives us number
25.
25. I hope there's something in the box. What if
do you mean?
someone's
Oh, in
nicked
the box
it?
and the story.
Yeah, you know, to find the artefact that we've been looking for all this time.
Yes, well, which one of these is it now?
It's the... Ooh. Oh, it's
We've
this.
literally got a picture. We haven't even commented on that. Where did that even come
number
from?
6. This was the last riddle card that we got.
Oh, right. I didn't even
Don't
look at
panic.
it. Where is that again?
Is it this one?
No, well, you said we'd already opened that, though,
Yeah, I
before.
did say that.
I didn't remember opening it before.
It's definitely that one, though,
It
because
is
it's
that
got the
one.
same magic gold
okay, number
thing.
6. Here we go. Moment of truth, and it is done.
You did it.
Stop the timer. You enter the code and it sets a mechanism in motion. Something inside the treasure box starts to slide and rotate. Then the lid opens. But instead of an artefact, inside the box you find a very, very old parchment with a sketch drawn on it. This shows the map to a mystical gate that Sir Reston apparently discovered. It sounds like another exciting adventure that will once again require a demonstration of all your skills. But that's a story for another day.
It's a comeback for part 2. Oh, no.
After a call to the police, there's a game, The Mysterious Gate, isn't there? Have we done it?
I don't know.
Okay.
We certainly haven't done part 2 to this.
There's a game called The Mysterious Gate.
Ooh.
After a call to the police, the cemetery keeper is taken into custody. He will have to answer for his deeds. You, on the other hand, are free to set off for home with a well-deserved sense of satisfaction.
Hurrah!
Well, we're done.
The satisfaction of a good solve. We did it!
We did it. There you go. That is Exit. The Cemetery of the Night.
Nights, plural,
Yeah, and it's
actually.
done. There's
That's
quite
how
a
it
few
turned
fun
out.
bits and pieces in there.
Yeah.
Lots going on. Well, there we go. Did you enjoy that?
I did enjoy that. I thought it was like we were really rattling through it at the beginning and then we sort of slowed down a bit, but only because I think you get more game materials as you go on.
Yeah, you do. It's quite a lot. There's all this stuff. And you're collecting stuff before you need it, so you need to keep track of it as you go.
Although it turns out that we thought we were collecting something before we needed it, but we absolutely could have used it at the time that we had it. It was the family tree thing.
Yeah, I think it was only like 1 or maybe 2 puzzles that was the case for, though.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, I really liked that.
Well, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. I enjoyed it a lot. It was really fun. I like the fact that, apart from we didn't know for sure whether we had all the cards, one of the puzzles needed a check, and we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't actually get stuck on anything,
we didn't
did
get
we?
stuck,
Or
no.
get anything wrong.
And I think there were some actually reasonably tricky puzzles in there. I do feel that having done a lot of exit games does help you.
Yeah.
Because, for example, something like this, looking for the box and lining up with a logo, there were no specific hints I noticed. Oh, no, it said the word exit.
It said the exit sign.
It said the word exit.
Which
so
is a big
that was
hint,
quite well hinted.
I feel. Yeah.
And I didn't have any trouble going for the advertising cards.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's
on.
true. And mind you, though, I didn't think of that. But I think it is nice that they still point you in the right direction, even if they think probably everybody's solved all of them by now.
Yes, and it's also, I'm sure the game is designed that you take the hints if you get stuck.
Yeah.
You should never be too afraid to take the hints.
Which sometimes we have to do, you know?
Well, there we go. If you have any thoughts of your own, please do feel free to share them with us. We love reading your comments. So please feel free to comment down below and do click the like button if you enjoyed it too. And if you'd like to watch more of our musings as we solve these games,
I'm sure you
feel
do.
free to click the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. That'd be great too.
Do it.
But otherwise, pretty much all that remains until we see you in a future or maybe even a past video is for me to say goodbye.
And for me to say goodbye.
Bye. Take care.